Now, welcome back to Comic Studio, and right now we're going to be reviewing for all of his comics or her comics, such as Metropolitan, or like anything as well. Metropolitan K could be as well for some kind of even for a little bit more for some kind of like for some kind of these things as well. So, the first all, I am probably a little dumb as well for some kind of like this. And I absolutely swearing a lot for just a long time that sins that my little brother did for only one reason since back in 2016. I don't believe that I just didn't remember for around for some kind of like those things. And probably that wasn't going to be for around here because since that the previous video was already done around here, this first comic creator has been made for just a little bit of one time. The introduction around for here, for starting around for those things, and probably forget about for some kind of like anything instead of a t-shirt is anything that I probably going to believe. So I just going to be moving into the page 3 and like anything as well for some kind of like this. Over the last few years for around here in 2 years ago, that his keyboard was almost completely broken as well, but his budget won't be such as worth it as well. He can already fix it as well, but since that time, like anyways, for it to do, he already fixed his mistakes that he brought his new keyboard anyways. So looks like even for the next couple of years that isn't going to be for a little bit of right as well. So even for some kind of those cookies for around here for some kind of that he's going to be using the letter Z like anything as well. That isn't something that isn't going to be for around here. And it says here, this is a question for you people, some of you people like anything as well. Why do you guys use he or him or she? Pronounces for cookies cannotedly use they anyone for some kind of like this. I understand if it's headcon or straight up not knowing but straight up made like anything as well, or misgendering or non-binary character on purpose. Isn't it cool? Isn't good ask for you if you don't know. That is already for some kind of like anything around here. So, even for any kinds of cookies as well. And probably, this is not going to be regardless for around as well. Nothing around for the old-fashioned guys as well. In another comic studio that he probably made for around here for something a little bit for one thing as well. And Stars in Time Comic Studio was probably released on page 3, and which is exactly it's not going to be getting a little bit less, or not whatsoever, that I just totally found out. The AU Arts that is totally going to be getting a little bit worth it. So, more comic comics like those, the arts around here for herself or himself, that wouldn't be possibly. Oh no, I didn't actually go on to be mean to that. I just gotta be surprised. This is actually totally getting for out of hand of me and scrolling down and reach my wife, but nothing is not going to do this. Just remember, this is not my wife anyways, especially like anything as well. Going all the way down into the very bottom, another soccer mom it goes around here. It was since a week ago that the latest upload that I just totally found out as well. So let's get me find all the way down into the bottom as well, and let's see the introduction as well. So let's start around here and reviewing to the very start, and the first update could be for round like anyways as well. Sometimes for some kind of like this, the Cookiezana's pretzel are done for sprites like anything as well. Probably this isn't going to be him as well, but we definitely don't know what it is, and I'm too confused a lot of them as well. So he wouldn't able to be uploaded any kinds for some kind of cookies that he won't able to be posted around here. It was owned to someone else, and it's not gonna be for to do this like anything as well. He made for a bunch of cookies, and for less for one thing as well, for some kind of like this. And this could be for the studio introductions as well. So, that it says, I've made my own studio for the personal use. I hope you make the most out of this. The studio is a big work in progress, since I have made the sprites for the characters from scratch, plus this. This is just to do experiment with studio making. For now, only strawberry yogurt for like anything as well. The yogurt belly will be in here. Even as I work in sprites for on its main outfit, coffee shop baker is not in the main outfit. So, I hope this make the sprites for a bunch of OCs that I made. Here are the few examples. There are less uncensored for her as well, even though there must be not a transgender like anything for and like anything as well. Even though there must be for exactly for 3, 4, 5 females or whatever to do this as well. Only 2 males of the course as well. If you wanted to make your own fan customized for any of the characters that appear here, feel free to reach out me about here, and it is actually going to be for like this. I'll also use the studio to show up the recent workers on the work in progresses of the stuff I've making. I'm always that is all. Redesign edits and can also appear here. Anyways, that was totally amount of like this, and that should be for 7 out of 10, of course. His main outfits was probably that we're not very sure for some kind of the AU as well. But unfortunately, this causes the American citizens very confused, but nothing according to the government is trying to remove the inappropriacy as well, to keep things covered and very safer as well for some kind of like this, to avoid that seeing this. You American citizens avoiding out for seeing this, but after the big beautiful bill has just taken away for some kind of the AUs, and even of course for some of them as well. And so the main outfit is done for some kind of like this. It was a little bit probably enormously awful as well. It will be under a separate section from the same folder. The next plan in him is the Cookie Zania. The main outfit prepares that may look a different compared to a coffee shop baker. And I can't help that my art style, and I'm a bit innocent. So that will be for around as 7 out of 10. But another one could be for around Cookie Zana. Cookie Zana is in the works. Could be even possible. And that sounds like a 7 out of 10, of course. And an 8 out of 10 is the Cookie Zana sprites are complete. Probably pretty good as well. So, working him on next would be impossible to do, like anything as well. That you note that it taking time for me to create the sprites for each character, and could be for around here as Ground Martines by the Guard Mantis. It could be actually for this unknown thing as well. So looks like finally for some kind of like this that he'd post on 2023 in October 4th. And yes, at least for some kind of like this, he got his new keyboard, like anything as possible. That wouldn't be even to do so for us to do that. I just not going to be to do this as regarding the studio update as well. And it says here that the bad news is said I've ended up very sidetracked and forgot to continue working on Guard Mantis. I do apologize for my brain wants to work on other things, seeing as my attention and span to do this, and my attention span to do this may not be the best. If I get around to finishing it, I'll be sure to add the sprites into the studio. But another than that, I cannot believe for some kind of like this. But other than that, 20,000 subscribers since 2023. So happy to see you, how far you came as the content creator and as a person as a whole. This message may be a bit late, so the celebration, but promise me when I'm say that I'm happy with you no matter what. And that lead us to 6 out of 10, of course. And it won't be going to be getting a little bit for these things as well. And to look like this, that Salt doesn't know what he's gonna get himself into. That yells from protest around here. The Cookie Zana started to protest Salt. That wasn't going to be him as possible. That I'm not going to get it a little bit on the ground. And it yells this impending hyperfix. It's not going to be even possible when everybody is protesting for a little bit for one good as well. And then, oh my gosh. It is probably from the unknown stuff as well. I really think this could be the Dandy's World reference. I probably would not able to be saying this like whenever it does. The description says what started off as a custom Roblox avatar that I have made turned into a character for some kind of like this isn't gonna be the love error like anything as well for some sort of like this. It's not going to be the V version about for anything is based off from TikTok, and that will be for around as Dandy's World reference isn't going to be real for this time as well. Because of that, it says here that we're going to talk about of this. We're going to be reading for this later on in the future that we cannot able to be saying for this for just a stupid thing as well. So this is not we're going to be rating as well. So I'm gonna giving you for around this for 5 out of 10. It was just nothing a little bit worse is going on around here. So the big guy is gonna be for one thing. That the big one probably for some kind of for all over here for some kind of puffed like anything as well. Ended up drawing my strawberry yogurt as a kid since I usually draw as an adult. And did you know he was 2 gumdrops tall? So I'm probably asking you to say that he fixed the S key as well. But unfortunately, he just replaced it into his new keyboard. So that the rules is you keep the keyboard stay operated and stay fixed and stay anything clean without anything that you're getting touched for this dirty thing all over for to do this as well for some kind of sweating reasons for playing Half-Life 2 for pretty long. So I wouldn't be able to say for as well this is nothing a little bit perfect, but the Upin and Epen reference back in for some kind of like anything as well. And even though that was pretty a little bit for one thing, it's small for one thing as I probably guess it was could be for an 7 out of 10. That was pretty weird. But then in another next page over here, it's not gonna be the soccer mom as well for some kind of like this. What is I'm probably sure going to be for having a little bit 2 comments as well. But it says here felt like giving ones of the other OCs a bit of my attention, a bit of the attention that here's Puff Banana Moth Cookie. He runs 24/7 library in Parfadia with the help of his co-worker Cheese Danish Cookie. So he does do daytime while Puffed Banana Moth does nighttime. Even though that wouldn't be able to do for 24/7 like it is, but since around closing time around 10 p.m., while the bookstores or some kind of the library shuts down at 10 p.m. closing time. I didn't mean that is actually going to be that he says, here are your books, what you wanted. And that sounds not a female anyways for around here for to do. And I cannot believe that what he's just gonna be trying to do. that he wouldn't be able to be flying down all the way as well. But his wings weren't strong enough. But I'm gonna give you for around here as of 8 out of 10. But another one could be for a man. For one thing, it must be a teacher something in the school. So I have already seen my responsible teacher as well, but he could be for one thing, not for some kind of like the flag like anyways. Probably a Romanian teacher that made a guy based off what I think is as a whole would look like. Was gonna initially named him Matthew, but Pythagoras works much better. Not a math OC for some kind of like anything as well. Pythagoras, and he's from the late 1930s of something as well. But I wasn't able to be thinking of for something as well back in the 1930s as well. Sometimes he went anything as well for some kind of like to do as learning from their students from high school or anything what it is about to do. And that is the entire comic post around here like anything as well. And I felt that I just already out of mind like anything as possible for to do. I'm not already saying for this as well, that will be taking a little bit long as well. He moved on to Windows 11, except me, because I don't have any budget around here for this anymore. But unfortunately, due to the big beautiful bill, I can't making a little bit of move for its new PC anyways. So, the link is going to be in the description of the main website, and you can check it out whenever you want to do to find out as well. And as you can see here, we can't go anything as well if I absolutely try to get around here for to do this as well. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to be see you in another video.